Proceed, Silenus, procure my fall, and by the doom of death, end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discourse which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke. To merchants, our well-doing countrymen, whom wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed their rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since thy mortal and intestine jar twixt thy seditious countrymen, it hath in solemn synnods been decreed, both by Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse town. Nay, more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at Syracusan monts or fairs, nay, more, if any born at Syracusa come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the duke unless 1,000 marks be levied, the cancel the penalty and ransom him. Thy substance valued at the highest rate cannot amount to 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort, when thy words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause, why thou left thy native home, and why thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable, yet that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense. I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracusa was I born, and wed unto a woman happy, but for me, and by me, had not her happened bad. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth was increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidemium, until my factor's death, and the great care of goods at random left drew me from the kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old before herself, almost at fainting under the pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provision for her following me, and, soon and safe, arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and which was strange, the one so like the other, as could not be distinguished but by name. That very hour, and in the self-same inn, a mean woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, and made daily motion for a home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon did we come aboard. A league from Epidemium had we sailed, before the always wind obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey into our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death, though which myself would gladly have accepted, yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping for what she saw must come, and the piteous plainings of the babes that mourned for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. And this it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat, and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him to a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children, thus disposed, my wife and I fastened ourselves at either end of the ship, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried towards Corinth. As we thought, at length the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us, and by the benefit of his wished light, we discovered 2 ships from afar, making amain toward us. Of Corinth that, Epidaurus this. But ere they came, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by what went before.
Nay, forward, old man, for we may pity thou but not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon us, had splitted our helpful ship in the midst, so that in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike what to delight in and what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind, and in our sight, they three were taken up by fishers of Corinth, as we thought. At length another ship had borne upon us, and knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey had not their bark been very slow of sail, and therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me severed from my bliss, and by nature was my life prolonged to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of the sorrowful, do me the favor to dilate it full. What have befallen of them and thee till now?
My youngest son, and yet my eldest care, at 18 became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, yet retained his name, might bear him company in the search of him. Whilst whom I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or any place that harbors men. Therefore, here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegean, when the fates sped to the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul would sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art adjudged to the death, and passed sentence cannot be recalled, but to our honest great discouragements, yet I will favor thee what I can. Therefore, merchant, I limit thee this day, to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beggar to borrow to make up the sum, and live. If not, thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth the Aegean wind, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Therefore, you ought to arrive epidemic, lest such your goods too soon be confiscated. This very day, a Syracusan merchant is apprehended for arrival here, and not being able to rout his life, according to the statute of the town, dies here, the weary sun set in the west. There is your money I had to keep.
Go, bear it to the centaur where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour it will be dinner time. Till that, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return and sleep within mine inn. For the long travel, I'm stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word, and go indeed, having so good a mean.
A trusty villain, sir, that very oft, when I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humor with his merry jests. What, will you walk with me about the town, and go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to a certain merchants, of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon, at 5 o'clock, please you, I'll meet with you upon the mart, and afterward consort with you till bedtime. My present business calls me here from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
Sir, I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water, who in the ocean seeks to find another drop, who, falling to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Returned so soon? Rather approach too late. The captain burns, the pig falls from the spit, the clock hath struck 12 upon the bell. ding! And the mistress has made it one upon my cheek. She is hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we that are to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
Oh, 6 pence I had last Wednesday. Last to pay the saddler for a mistress's crupper. Oh, the saddler has it, sir. I kept it not.
I am not in a sport of humor now. Tell me and dally not. Where is the money? We being strangers here, how dare thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you jest, sir, as you sit at dinner. Methinks your ma, like mine, should be your clock and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come, these jests are out of season. Reserve them to a merrier hour than this. And tell me, where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
Why, sir, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge.
My charge was but to fetch you from the mart, home to your house, with the phoenix. My mistress and her sister stays for you.
Now, as I am Christian, answer me, in what safe place you have bestowed my money? Or I shall break that merry sconce of yours that stands on tricks when I am undisposed. Where is 1,000 marks I gave thee, villain?
I have some marks of yours upon my shoulders, some of my mistress's marks upon my pate, but not 1,000 marks between you both.
Your mistress's marks? What mistress, slave, hast thou?
Your worship's wife, my mistress, she that doth fasts till you come home to dinner, and prays that you will hie you home to dinner.
What? Wilt thou flaunt me thus into my face? Being forbid! Hold, take that and that!
For God's sake, what mean you, sir? Nay, hold your hands. And you will not, I shall take my heels.
By some device or other, the villain is o'erwrought of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark-worshipping sorcerers that change the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, prating mountebanks, and other such like liberties of sin. If it proves so, I'll be gone the sooner. I'll to the centaur to go seek my slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the slave returned. Then in such haste I sent to seek his master. Sure, Luciana, it's 2 o'clock.
Perhaps the merchant hath invited him, and from the mart ye somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine, and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient, sister.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out of door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh no, he is the bridled of your will.
Their none but asses will be bridled so.
Why headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but hath his bound in earth and sea and sky. The beasts, the fishes, and the winged fowl are their male subjects and at their control. Man, more divine and master of all these, Lord of the wide world and wild watery seas, endued with intellectual sense and souls of more preeminence than fish and fowls, are masters to their females and their lords. Then let your will attend on their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep and wed.
Not this, but troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, would you bear some sway?
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How, if your husband starts some other where?
Till he come home again, I would forbear.
Patience unmoved, no marvel though she pause. They could be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear a cry. But were we burdened with like-witted pain, as much or more we should ourselves complain. So thou that hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, which urging helpless patience would relieve me. But if thou live to see life great fair, this fool-bred patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but to try. Now here comes your man, now is your husband nigh.
Say, is your tardy master now at hand?
Aye, aye, who's at 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears can bear witness.
But say, I prithee, is he coming home?
Nay, mistress, I'm sure my master is horn mad.
Horn mad, thou villain!
Well, I mean not cuckold mad, but sure, my master is stark mad. When I bid him come home, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. Oh, 'Tis dinner time. Quoth I, my God. Quoth he, the meat doth burn. Quoth I, my God. Quoth he, will you come home? Quoth I, my God. Quoth he, where are the 1,000 marks in gold I gave thee, villain? The pig. Quoth I, 'tis burned. My God. Quoth he, my mistress, sir. Quoth I, hang up thy mistress. I know not thy mistress. Out on thy mistress.
Quoth who?
Oh, quoth my master, I know. Quoth he, no house, no wife, no mistress. So, my errand, due unto my tongue, I thank him. I bar home upon my shoulders, for in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Back again, thou slave, fetch thy master home.
Go again and be beaten home anew? For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Back, slave, or I'll break thy pate across.
And he will bless that cross with another beating. Between you two, I shall have a holy head.
Peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you as you with me? Like a football, you do spurn me thus. He will spurn me hence, and you will spurn me hither. If I am to last in this service, you'll have to case me in leather.
Fie, how impatient lordeth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace, whilst I alone starve for a merry look the alluring age beauty took from my poor cheek. Then he hath wasted it. Are my discourses dull, barren my wit? If voluble and sharp discourse be marred, unkindness wants it more than marble hard. Did their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault, he's master of my state. Of my defeatures, my decayed fare, one sunny look of his would soon repair. But to unruly deer he breaks his pail, and feeds from home poor Anne by his stale.
Self-harming jealousy, fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can with such wrong suspense. Sister, you know he promised me a chain. Would that alone a love he would detain? So he would keep fair quarter with his bed. I see the jewel best in Emeled will lose his beauty, yet gold bides still. The others touch and often touch and will wear gold, yet no man that hath a name by falsehood or corruption doth it shame. Since my beauty is not enough to please his eye, I'll weep what's left, and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up, safe, at the centaur, and the faithful slave is wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation and mine host's report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent him from the mark. See, here he comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again? You know no centaur? You receive no gold? Your mistress said to have me home to dinner? My house is at the Phoenix. Wast thou mad that thou so madly thou didst answer me?
What answer, sir? When spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I have not seen you since you sent me hence, home to the centaur with the gold you gave me.
Villain, thou didst deny the gold's receipt, and told me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou feltst I was displeased.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray, master, tell me.
Yeah, dost thou jeer and drop me in the teeth? Thinkst thou I jest? Hold, take thou that, and that!
Hold, sir, for God's sake, now your jest is in earnest. About the bargain you give it me.
Because that I familiarly sometimes do use you for my full and chat with you. Your sauciness will jest upon my love, and make common of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creeping crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, or I shall beat that method in your sconce.
Sconce call you it? So you would leave battering, I'd rather be at a head, and use these blows long. I will need a sconce for my head, and a sconce too, or I'll seek my wit in my shoulders. But I pray, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Aye, and wherefore? They say every why hath a wherefore.
Why? First, for flouting me, and wherefore for urging it a second time to me.
Was there ever a man thus beaten out to season, when the why and the wherefore is neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir, for what?
For giving me this something for nothing.
I shall make amends next to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
Nay, I think the meat wants that I have.
A good time, sir, what's that?
Basting.
Then 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest it make you choleric and purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I durst have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
Marry, a rule as plain as a plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There's never time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
I to pay the fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time such a miser of hair, being as it is so plentiful in excrement?
Because it is a blessing he bestows on beasts, and what he has scomped in men in hair, he hath given them in wit.
Why, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those but hath the wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou didst conclude, hairy men plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost, yet he loseth in a kind of jollity.
For what reason?
For two, and sound ones too.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones then.
Nay, not sure, and a thing false in.
Certain ones then.
Name them.
The one, to save the money he spends in tiring. The other, that at dinner should not drop in his porridge.
You would all this time have proven there is no time for all things.
Marry it did, sir. Namely, Ian, there's no time for a man to recover his hair that grows bald by nature.
But your reason was not substantial why there is no time to recover.
Thus I mend it. Time himself is bald, and to the world's end will have bald followers.
I knew 'twould be a bald conclusion. but stop! Who walks yonder?
Aye, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana, nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurdish wouldst vow, whenever look well pleasing to thy eye, whenever touch well welcome to thy hand, whenever meat sweet savor to thy taste, unless I spake, or look, or touched, or carved to thee. How comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art estranged from thyself? Thyself I call it, being estranged from thy dear self's better part. Ah, do not tear thyself away from me, for know, my love, as easy mayest thou fall, a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled that same drop again, without addition or diminishing, as take from me thyself, and not me too. How dearly would I touch thee to the quick, shouldst thou hear but I were licentious, and that this body, concentrate to thee, by ruffian lust should be contaminate. Wouldst thou not spit at me, and spurn at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and tear the stained skin off my hollow brow, and from my false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. I am possessed from the adulterated blood, for if we two be one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being shepherded by thy contagion. But if thou canst keep fair truce and leave with thy bed, I live disdained, thou undishonored.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange into your town as to your talk, who, all my wit being scanned, wants wit, and all one word to understand.
Fie, brother, how the world has changed with you. When were you wont to use my sister thus? She sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me?
By thee, and thou didst return from him, that he did buffet thee, and in his blows denied my house for his, me for his wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
I, sir, I never saw her till this time.
Villain, thou liest, for her very words didst thou deliver to me on the mark.
Sir, I never spake with her in all my life.
How can she thus then call us by our names? Unless it be by inspiration?
How ill agrees it with your gravity, to counterfeit this girl stick with your slave, abiding him to thwart me in my mood? Be it my wrong, you are from me exempt, but wrong not with wrong more contempt. Come, I'll fasten on the sleep of thine. Thou art an owl, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness married to thy stronger state. is left with a will to communicate. If aught possesses thee from me, it is dross, a spring ivy, briar, or isle of moss, who all for want of pruning infect thy sap, and live on thy confusion.
She speaks to me. She moves me for her theme. What? Was I married to her in my dream? Or dream I now and think I hear all this? What errors drive our eyes and ears amiss? Until I know this sure uncertainty, I'll entertain the offered fallacy.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh, for my beads, I cross me for a sinner. This is a fairyland. Oh, spite of spites! We converse with owls, goblins, and sprites. If we obey them not, this will ensue. They'll suck our breath and pinch us black and blue.
Why prayest thou to thyself and answerest not? Dromio, thou snail, thou slug, thou salt.
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think we are in mind, and so am I.
No, both in my mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass.
'Tis true, for she rides me, and I long for grass. 'Tis so I am an ass. Else it could never be, but I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be a fool, to put the finger in the eye and weep, whilst man and master laughs my woes to scorn. Come, sir, to dinner. Dromio, keep the gate. Sir, I'll dine above with you today, and drive you of 1,000 idle pranks. Dromio, if any ask for a master, say he dines forth, and let no creature enter. Dromio, sir, husband, come with me.
Am I in earth, in heaven, or in hell? Sleeping or waking, mad or well advised, known unto these and to myself disguised. I'll say as they say, and persevere so, and in this midst at all adventures go.
Master, shall I porter at the gate?
Aye, and let none enter, at least I break your pate.
Good Signor Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep my hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of our carcanet, and that tomorrow we will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down, but that I charged him with 1,000 marks in gold, and did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard, what sayest thou?
Say what you will, master, but I know what I know. My skin were parchment and your blows were ink. Your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Nay, so it doth appear by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear. I should kick being kicked, and being at that pass, to keep from my heels, and beware of an ass.
You're sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God our cheer may answer my good will and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and your welcome dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, that every troll affords.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but words. But though my case be mean, take them in good part. May you leave with better cheer, but not with better heart.
Small cheer and a great welcome make a merry feast.
I to a miserly host and more sparing guest. But soft, the door is locked. Go, bid them let us in.
Maud? Bridget! Marion! Cicely! Gillian? Jim!
Mom! Malt horse? Captain? Coxswain? Idiot? Patch? Either get thee from the door or sit down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure for wenches that thou callest for such store? When one is one too many. Go, get thee from the door.
What Patch has made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let him walk from whence he came, lest he catch cold on his feet.
Who talks within there? Open the door.
Right, sir, I'll tell you when, and you'll tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner. I have not dined today.
Nor today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keeps me out from the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Thou villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. For one never got me credit, the other nickel blame. If thou wouldst have been Dromio today in my place, thou wouldst have changed thy face for a name, and my name for an ass.
What a coil is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Oh, let my master in loose.
Faith, no. He comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh, Lord, I must laugh. Have it you with a proverb. Shall I set in my staff?
Have at you with another. That's win. Can you tell?
If thy name be called Luce, thou hast answered him well.
Do you hear, you minion? You'll let us in, I hope?
I thought to have asked you.
And you said no.
So come help, well struck. That was a blow for a blow.
Thou baggage, let me in.
Can you tell for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
You'll cry for this minion if I beat the door down?
What needs all that? And a pair of stocks in the town?
Who is it at the door that keeps all this noise?
By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Is that you, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife, sir knave. Go, get you from the door.
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here's neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
In debating which is best, we shall part with neither.
They stand at the door. Bid them welcome you hither.
There's something in the wind that we cannot get in.
You would say that if your garments were thin. Your cake here is warm within. You stand out here in the cold. It would make a man as mad as a buck to be so bought and sold.
Go, fetch me something. I'll break up the gate.
Break any breaking here, and I'll break your knave's pate.
A man may break a word with you. Aye, words are but wind. Better than break it in your face, lest he break it not behind.
It seems thou wants breaking. Out upon thee, hind.
Oh, here's too much out upon thee. I pray thee, let me in.
Aye, when fowls have no feather, and fish hath no fin.
Well, I'll break in. Go, fetch me a crow.
A crow without a feather? Master, mean ye so? For a fish without a fin, there's a fowl without a feather. If a crow help us in, sir, I will pluck a crow together.
Go, fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir. Oh, let it not be so. Here you war against your reputation, enthralled in the compass of respect, done by the dong of your wife. What's this? Your long experience of her wisdom, sober virtue, years, and modesty. What? Plead on your part some cause to you unknown. And doubt not, sir, she will well excuse. Why, at this time, the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me. Depart in patience, and let us see the tiger all to dinner. And about evening, come yourself alone, in no reason of this strange restraint.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and, in despite of mirth, mean to be married. I know a bunch of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild, and yet too gentle. My wife, though I protest without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To her will be to dinner. Go, fetch the chain, bring it to the Porpentine, for there's the house. There will I bestow, be it for nothing but to spite my wife, upon mine hostess there. Go, make haste. Since mine own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock somewhere else and see if they'll disdain me.
I'll meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so, this just will cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office. Shall, Antipholus, even in the spring of love thy love springs wrought? Shall love, in building, grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let not my sister read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy unshamed orator. Look sweet, speak fair, become disloyalty. Apparel vice like virtue's harbinger. Bear a fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false, what need she be acquainted? What simple thief brags of his own attaint? 'Tis double wrong to true onto your bed and let her read it in thy looks that board. Shame, hack a bastard flame, while manage ill deeds is doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor woman, make us but believe, being compact of credit, that you love us. Though others have the arm, show us the sleeve. We in your motion turn, and you may move us. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain when the sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, what your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you do hit of mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not, than all earth's wonders, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words to seek. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you, to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, and to your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know, your weeping sister is no wife of mine, nor to her bed no homage do I owe. Far more, to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing for thyself, and I will dote. Spread over the silver waves thy golden hairs, and as a bed I'll take them and thereby, and in this glorious supposition think, he gains by death that hath such means to die, that love, being light, be drowned as she sink.
What, are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated, and how I do not know.
It is a fault that springs from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sun, being by.
Gaze when you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink, sweet love, as look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister's sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself, mine own self's better part. Mine eye's clear eye, my heart's dear heart. My food, my fortune, and my sweet hope's aim. My soul earth's heaven, and my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or should be.
Call thyself sister sweet, for I am thee. With thee will I love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft sir, hold you still. I'll fetch my sister to get her goodwill.
Why, come on, Romeo, where runnest thou so fast?
Oh, do you know me, sir? Am I Romeo? Am I myself?
Thou art Romeo, thou art my man, thou art thyself.
No, I am a woman's man, I am an ass, and besides myself.
What woman's man, and how besides thyself?
Besides myself, I am due to a woman. One that claims me, one that haunts me, one that will have me.
What claims lays she to thee?
Marries her such a claim as you would lay to your horse, and she would have me as a beast. Not that I being a beast she lays claim to me, but that she being a very beastly creature lays claim to me.
What is she?
A very reverend body, sir, one that a man may not speak of without say, Sir Reverence, I have but lean luck in the match, but she is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
Marry, sir, she's a kitchen wench and all grease. I know not what use to put her to, but to make a lamp of her, and run from her by her own light. I warrant her rags and tallow in them would burn a Poland winter. If she were to live till doomsday, she'd burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is she of?
Swart like my shoe, but her face nothing like so clean kept for why? She sweats when they go over shoes in the grime of it.
That's odd.
Wonder what her name is?
Yeah.
No, but her name in 3/4, that's an L in 3/4, could not measure her from hip to hip. So she bears some breath, no longer from head to foot and from hip to hip. She's spherical, like a globe. I could find out countries within her.
What part of her body stands iron?
Sir, in her buttocks. I found it out by the bars.
Where's Scotland?
I found it by the bareness, hard in the palm of her hand.
Where, France?
Sir, in her forehead, arms and reverted, making war against her heir.
Where, England?
I looked for the chalky cliffs, but could find no whiteness in them. But I suppose it stood in her chin, by the salt rayum that lies between France and it.
Where's Spain?
Faith, I saw it not, but I felt it, hot on her breath.
Where's South America? The Indies?
Sir, upon her nose, all over embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, declining their rich aspect in the hot, breathless Spain, who sent whole armadas of carracks to be ballasted at her nose.
Where's stood Belgium? The Netherlands?
Oh, sir, do not look so low. To conclude, this drudge or diviner laid claim to me, called me Drogio, swore I was assured to her, and told me what privy marks I had about me, such as the mark on my shoulder, the mole on my neck, and the great wart of my left arm that I, amazed, ran from her as a witch. And to think, if my heart had not been made of faith in my breast of steel, she'd have turned me to a curdled dog and had me turn the wheel.
Go, hide thee presently, post to the road. And if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the mark, for I will walk till thou return to me. If everyone knows us, and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As a bear a man would run from life, so run I from she that would be my wife.
There's none but witches do inhabit here, and therefore 'tis high time I were hence. She that doth call me husband, my soul doth for a wife abhor. But her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle sovereign grace, of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me a traitor to myself. So lest myself be guilty of self-wrong, I'll stop my ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus.
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain. I thought to obtain you at the Porpentine. The chain unfinished made me stay thus long.
What is your will that I shall do with this?
Well, please yourself, sir. I have made it for you.
Made it for me, sir. I bespoke it not.
Not once, nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it and please your wife withal. And soon at supper time, I'll visit you and then receive my money for the chain.
I pray, sir, receive the money now, for fear you ne'er see a chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Fare you well.
I cannot tell what I should think of this, but this I think. There is no man is so vain would refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here, need not live by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. All to the mark, and there for Dromio stay. And any ship put up, can straight away.
You know since Pentecost the sum is due, and since I have not much, importuned you know now I have not. But that I am bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore make a present satisfaction, or I will attach you to this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is growing to me by Antipholus. And in the instant that I met with you, he handed me a chain. At 5 o'clock I shall go and receive the money for the same. Please with you, walk down with me to his house, for I will discharge my bond and thank you too.
Now then, may you saved. See where he comes.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go, buy a rope's end. That will I bestow upon my wife and her confederates for locking me out of my house by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Go, buy the rope and bring it home.
I buy £1,000 a year. I buy a rope.
A man is well hold up that trust to you. I was promised your present and the chain. Yet neither the chain nor the goldsmith came to me. Belike you thought our love would last too long if it were chained together, and brought it not.
Saving your merry humor, Here's a note of how much your chain weighs to the utmost carat, the finest of the gold and charged for fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you, see him pleasantly dispatched, for he is bound to see and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good Signor, take the stranger to my house. Bid my wife disperse the money on the receipt thereof. Perchance I'll be there as soon as you.
Well, sir, then you can give it to her yourself.
No, you bring the chain, lest I come not in time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And have I not, I hope you have, or else you may return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I to blame have held him here for too long.
Good Lord, you used this dalliance to excuse your breach of promise to the Porpentine. I should have chid you then for not bringing the chain, but like a shrew, you first began to brawl.
The hour steals on. I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me. The chain.
Why? Bring it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, come, you know I gave it to you even now. Either give me the chain or send by me some token.
Fine, now you run this humor out of breath. Where is the chain? I pray you let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance. Good sir, say where, answer me or no. If not, I will attach you to this officer.
Answer you? For what do I have to answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive it.
You know I gave it you half an hour since.
I received none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit. I do, and charge you at the Duke's name to obey me.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay the sum, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee for what I never had? Go on, foolish fellow, arrest me if thou darest.
Here is thy fee, officer. Arrest him. I would not spare my brother in this case if he should scorn me so apparently.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
I will obey until the bail comes, but you, sir, shall pay for this, as all the metal in your shop will answer.
Sir, sir, I shall have law in Ephesus. To your notorious shame, I doubt it not.
Master, there's a barking epidemium that stays but till her owner comes aboard, and then she bears away. Our frottage, sir, I have conveyed aboard. I have bought the oil, the balsamum, and the aqua vitae. The ship is in her trim. A merry wind blows fair from land. She stays for not at all, but for her owner, master, and yourself. How now? A madman! Thou peevish sheep! What ship of epidemium stays for me? The ship you sent me for to hire waftage. I sent you for a rope, and told you for what purpose and to what end. You sent me for a rope's end as soon. You sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark. I will discuss this matter at more leisure and will teach your ears to listen to me with more heed. Go to Adriana, give her this key. Tell her in the desk covered o'er with a Turkish tapestry there's a purse of ducats. Bid her send it here. Tell her I'm arrested in the streets, and that shall bail me. Go, get thee gone. On, officer, to prison till it come. To Adriana? That is where we dined, where Trosabel did claim me for her husband. She is too big, I hope, for me to compass. Thither I must, although against my will, for servants must their masters' minds fulfill.
Oh, Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightest thou perceive austerely in his eye that he did plead in earnest, yea or no? Looked he sad, or pale, or red, or merely? What observations madest thou in his case, of his heart's meteors tilting in space?
First he denied you had in him no right.
He meant he did me none, the more my spite.
Then swore he that he was a stranger here.
And true he swore, though yet forsworn he were.
Then pleaded I for you.
And what said he?
That love I begged for you, he begged of me.
With what persuasions did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First he did praise my beauty, then my speech.
And what said he?
Have patience, I beseech.
I cannot, nor will not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have his will. He is deformed, crooked, old, and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless everywhere, vicious, foolish, ungentle, blunt, unkind, stigmatical, and making worse in mind.
Who would be jealous then of such a one? No evil lost is wailed when it is gone.
Ah, but I think him better than I say, and yet with you and others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest the lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
Here, go! The desk! The purse! Sweet, now make haste!
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Why, man? Where's your master? Is he well?
No! He's in Tartar limbo, worse than hell! A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, a fiend, a fairy, pitless and rough, a wolf, nay worse, a fellow all in buff, a back friend, nay shoulder clapper, one that countermands the passages of alleys, creeks, and narrow lands, one who comes up like an evil angel bids him forsake their liberty.
Why, man? What is the matter?
I know not the matter. He is rested on the case.
What? Is he arrested? Tell me, at whose suit?
I know not at whose suit he is rested well. Is the suit about that rested him? That can I tell. Will you send to Mistress Redemption the money in the desk?
Go, sister, bear it straight. This I wonder at, that he unknown should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
No, not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain!
And bring thy master home immediately. Come, sister, I am pressed on with conceit. Conceit, my comfort and my injury.
There's not a man I meet but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend, and everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some give me thanks for kindnesses, others offer me commodities to buy. Even now a tailor called me in his shop and showed me the silks that he had bought for me, and therewithal took measure of my body. Sure, these are but imaginary wiles, and Lapland sorcerers do inhabit here.
Master, here is the gold that you sent me for. What? Have you got the picture of old Adam New Apparel?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not the Adam that kept the paradise, but the Adam that keeps the prison. He who went in the calf skin that was killed for the prodigal. The man, sir, that came up behind you like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand thee not.
No? Why, 'tis a plain case. He that went like a base viol in a case of leather. The man, sir, that takes pity on decayed men, he gives them suits of durance. The man, sir, that when gentlemen are tired, gives them a sob and rests them. He that sets up his rest to do more exploits with his mace than a Morris pike.
Dost thou mean an officer?
I, the sergeant of the band. He that brings any man to answer that breaks his band. He that thinks a man always going to bed and says, God give ye good rest.
There, sir, rest in your foolery. Is any ships put forth tonight? May we be gone?
Master, I sent you word an hour since that the bark expedition put forth tonight, and then you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the whole delay. Here are the angels you sent for to deliver you.
The fellow is distracted, and so am I. And here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence!
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you found the goldsmith now. Is that the chain you promised me today?
Say never mind! I charge thee, tempt me not!
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil!
Nay, she is worse. She is the devil's dam, and here she comes in the habit of a light wench. When wenches say, God damn me, that is as much to say, God make me a light wench. It is written that they come to men in forms of angels of light. Light is an effective fire, and fire will burn. Ergo, light wenches will burn. Come not near her.
You and your man are marvelous merry, sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner.
Master, if you do, expect spoon meat, or bespeak a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
Mary, he must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend! But tell some or something. You, as you are all, a sorceress. I conjure thee to leave me and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond, the chain you promised, and I'll be gone and not trouble you.
Oh, some devils ask but for the parings of one's nail. A brush of hair. A drop of blood. A pin. A nut and a cherry stone. But she, more covetous, would have a chain. Master, be wise, and if you give it her, the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, my ring or else the chain. I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Yes, I'm on my witch! Come, Dromio, let us go!
Fly, pride, says the peacock, mistress, that you know.
Now out of doubt, Antipholus is mad, else would he never so demean himself. A ring he hath of mine worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and the other he denies me now. The reason I gather he is mad, besides the present instance of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance. But like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way is to hie home to his house and tell his wife that being a lunatic, he came into my house and took perforce my ring away. Oh, this course I fittest choose, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I will not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee for what I'm arrested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today and will not lightly believe that I am attached to Nephesis. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. But there's my man. I think he brings the money. How now, sir? Have you what I sent you for?
Here's that. I warrant you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for the rope.
500 ducats, villain, for a rope?
I'll serve you, sir. 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee hide thee home?
Why, to a rope's end, and to that end I'm returned.
And to that end I welcome you.
Good. Be patient. Nay, 'tis for me to be patient, for I am in adversity. Good now. Hold thy tongue. And better persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou whoreson, senseless villain!
I were that I were senseless, so that I might not feel thy blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows, and so art an ass.
And I am an ass. You can tell it by my long ears. I've served him from the hour of my nativity to this very instant, and I've had nothing from his hands for my service but blows. When I'm cold, he heats me with a beating. When I'm warm, he cools me with a beating. Raped with it when I sit, raped with it when I sleep, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, welcome back with it when I return. I bear it on my shoulders like a beggar want her brat. And when he hath lamed me by it, I shall knock with it from door to door.
Come, go along. My wife is coming yonder.
Mistress, respis venum, respect your end, or rather, the prophecy like the Perrett, beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
Don't say no. Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good Master Pinch, you are a conjurer. Establish him in his true sense again. And I will please you when you build a man.
Alas, how fiery and how sharp he looks.
Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand! Let me feel your pulse! Here is my hand, and let it feel your face.
Ah, George, thee sake! How to take this man to yield possession to my holy prayer?
Into thy sin darkness, I be straight. I conjure thee by all the saints of heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, peace. I am not mad.
Oh, that thou were not, poor distressed soul.
These are your companions. Did that companion with the saffron face revel and feast at my house whilst the guilty doors were shut upon me and I locked out?
Oh, husband, God doth know you dined at home today, where you had remained until these times, free from these slanders and this open shame.
Dined at home? Thou, villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked and I shut out?
Purdy they were. Your doors locked and you shut out.
And did not she herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself did revile you there.
And did not her kitchen maid rail and taunt and scorn me?
Sir, she did. The kitchen vestal scorned you.
And did not I, in a rage, depart from thence?
Aye, in verity you did. My bones have since felt the vigor of this rage.
Is it bad to soothe him in these contraries?
It is no shame. The fellow finds his maid, and yielding to him, heareth well his fronting.
Thou hast suborned the goldsmith to arrest me.
Alas, I sent you money to redeem you by Dromio here, who came in haste for it.
Money? By me? Hard good will you might, but surely master not a rag of money.
Wentst thou not to her for a purse of ducats?
He came to me, and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was brought here for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and dilly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say why thou didst lock me forth today, and why you refused to give me the gold.
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
Nor I, gentle master, receive no gold, though I do confess we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false and both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false and all, and are confederate with a damned pact to make loathsome abject scorn of me. But with these hands, I'll pluck out those false eyes that would witness me in this shameful sport.
Oh, bind him, but not near me!
Nobody! The fiend is wrong within him!
I meet poor man, how pale and wan he looks.
Wilt thou murder me? Thou, officer, I am your prisoner. Wilt thou suffer to make a rescue?
Masters, let him go. He is my prisoner. You shall not have him.
Go! Find this man, for he is threatening too!
What wilt thou do, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see an outraged man do displeasure to himself?
He is my prisoner. If I let him go, the debt he owes will be required of me.
I will discharge thee ere I go from thee. Bring me forthwith unto his creditor, and knowing how the debt grows, I will pay it. Good master doctor, see him safe conveyed home to my house. O most unhappy day.
Almost unhappy strumpet!
Master, I'm here entered in bond for you.
Thou villain, wilt thou still mad me?
Will you be bound for nothing, good master? Be mad, cry, the devil!
Go with them. Sister, come with me. Tell me, at whose suit was he arrested?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
And how grows it due?
Due of the chain your husband had of him.
He did bespeak a chain for me, but had it not.
When has your husband, all in a rage today, came to my house and took away my ring? The ring I saw upon his finger now, straight after I did meet him with the chain.
It may be so, but I didn't ever see it. Good master doc, good jailer, take me to this goldsmith. I long to know the truth hereof at large.
For thy mercy, they are loose again.
I come with naked swords. Let us call for more help.
Wait, no, kill us!
I see these witches are afraid of swords.
See, that would be your wife now ran from you.
Come to the centaur. Fetch your stuff from thence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, stay here this night. They will surely do us no harm. You saw, they speak us fair, give us gold. I think that they are such a gentle nation that were it but for the mountain of mad flesh that claims marriage of me, I could find it in my heart to stay here still, and turn witch.
I will not stay tonight for all the town. Therefore, away, to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry that I have hindered you, sir, but I protest he hath the chain of me, though most honestly he doth deny it.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very reverend reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly, yonder, as I think he walks.
'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me, I'll talk to him. Signor Antipholus, I wonder much that you would put me through the shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstances and oaths so to deny that self-chain which now you wear so openly. Besides the charge, the shame, the imprisonment, you have done wrong to this my honest friend, who but for staying on the controversy had hoisted sail and put to sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny it?
I think it be, sir. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
Thine ears of mine thou did heareth. Fie on thee, wench, 'tis a pity that thou liveth where any honest man resort.
Thou art unwilling to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently if thou darest stand.
I do dare, and defy thee for a villain.
God, sake, he is mad. Some get within him. Take his sword away. Bind Romeo too, and bear them to my house.
Run, master, run, for God's sake! Take a house. This is a priory, and or we are spoiled!
Be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband hence.
I knew he was not his perfect wits.
I'm sorry now that I drew on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, sad, and far different from the man he was. But till this afternoon, his passion never broke into extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by rack of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eyes strayed his affection in unlawful love? A sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing. Which of these sorrows is he subject to?
None except it be the last, namely some love that drew him off from home.
For that you should have reprehended him.
Why, so I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Haply in private.
And in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of my conference. In bed he slept, not for my urging it. At board he fed, not for my urging it. It was alone, it was the subject of my theme. In company I often glanced at it, still did I tell him it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors in a jealous woman, poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy bratings. Unquiet meals make for ill digestions, and thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what's a fever but a fit of madness? Thou sayest his sports were hindered by thy brawls. The consequence is then thy jealous fits hath scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, and wildly. Why bear you these rebukes and answers not?
She did betray me to my own reproof. Good people, enter and lay hold on him.
No, not a creature enters in my house.
Then have your servants have my husband brought forth.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands, till I brought him to his wits again, or lose my labor in assaying it.
I will help my husband, die in his sickness, be his nurse, for it is my office, and will have no attorney but myself. Therefore, let me have my husband with me.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir, till I have used the approved means I have with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of my honor. Therefore, depart and leave him here with me.
I will not hence and leave my husband forth, and ill it doth beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke of his indignities.
Come go, I'll fall prostrate at his feet, and never rise until my tears and prayers have won his grace to come hither and take perforce my husband from the abbess.
Anon, I am sure the Duke comes this way with a melancholy veil, to this place of death and sorry execution, and the ditches here behind the abbey.
Upon what cause?
to see a reverend Syracusan merchant who was put unluckily in the bay, against the crimes and statutes of the land, publicly executed for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel to the Duke before he passes the abbey.
Yet once again proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most sacred Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
May it please your grace, Antipholus, my husband, who I made lord of me and all I had, at your most grievous letters this ill day, a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that desperately he did hurry through the streets, with him his bondman, all as mad as he, doing outrages to the citizens, bearing thence, rings, jewels, anything as rage did like. Once I get him bound and sent him home, whilst to take for the wrongs he went, that ere though his rage did commit, when anon, I wot not by what strong escape, he broke from those that had captive of him, and madly bent on us, each one with earful passion, with drawn swords, so that we did run to raise more aid. When we came back to bind them, then they fled into this abbey here, where the abbess will not open the gates on us, nor suffer us to let him in. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, have my husband be brought forth hence for help.
Long since thy husband served me in my wars, and I too thee engaged the prince's word, when thou didst make him master of my bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress, shift and save thyself. My master's men are both broke loose, beaten the maids out, and bound the doctor, whose beard they have singed off with brands of fire. And ever as it blazed, they threw upon him great pails of puddled mire to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, and the while his man with scissors nicks him like a fool. And sure, unless you send some present help, between them they will kill the conjurer.
He's fool, thy man and master are here, and that is false thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true, I have not breathed almost since I did see it. He cries for you and vows if he can take you, to scorch your face and to disfigure you. Hark, hark, I hear him, mistress, fly, begone!
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard with halberds.
I mean, it is my husband, witness you, that he is borne about invisible. Even now we housed him in the abbey here, and now he's there, past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke, oh grant me justice, even for the service that I long since did thee when I bestrid with thee in the wars, even for the blood I shed and deep scars I took to save your life, oh grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death doth make me dote, I see my son Antipholus and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, she whom thou gavest to me to be my wife, who hath abused and dishonored thee even in the height and strength of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong which she this day hath so shameless thrown upon me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day she locked me out, while she with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, my good lord, myself, he, and my sister today did dine, and that is false, he burdens me with all.
Ne'er may I look on day nor sleep on night, but she tells to your highness simple truth.
Oh, perjured woman, they are both forsworn, and this the madman justly chargeth them.
My liege, I am advised what I say, neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash with raging ire, though my wrongs might make one wise or mad. This day she has locked me out of my house. That goldsmith there could witness it were he not packed with her. This day he went to go fetch the chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I went to dine. Our dinner being done and him not coming hither, I went to seek him in the street. There I met him, and in his company that gentleman. There the perjured goldsmith swore me down that I this day received of him the chain, which Lord he knows I saw not. For the which he arrested me with an officer. I obeyed and sent my man to go fetch a purse of ducats. He returned with none. Then verily I offered to go in person to fetch them. By the way, we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates. Among them, one Pinch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a mere anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler and a fortune teller, a needy, hollow-eyed, sharp-looking wretch, a living dead man. Forsooth, he took on him as a conjurer, and grabbing my hand and feeling my pulse, cried out, I was possessed. All at once they fell upon me, bound me and my man, and left us alone in a dark and dankish vault, both bound together, till I gnawed with my teeth the bonds asunder, and came hither to your grace, whom I beseech to grant me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
My lord, in truth thus far I witnessed that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
I will confess, thy ears of mine heard him confess. He first forswore it to me in the mart, in which I drew my sword on him, then fled to the abbey, here.
I have never been within these abbey walls, you never drew your sword on me, and I never saw the chain, so help me heaven.
Why, what an intricate peach this is. I think you all have drunk from Circe's cup. If here you had housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that saying. Sirrah, what say you?
He, sir, dined with her at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger snatched that diamond.
'Tis true, my liege. This ring I had of her.
Saw'st thou him enter at the abbey hither?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go, some of you, bid the lady have us to me. I think you all made it or stark mad.
Most mighty Duke, vouchsafe me speak a word. Haply, I see a friend will save my life and pay the sum that may deliver me.
Speak freely, Syracusan, what thou wilt.
Is your name, sir, not Antipholus? And is that not your bondman, Dromio?
Within the hour I was his bondman, sir. Though, and I thank him, he gnawed my cords in two. Now I'm his man Dromio, unbound.
I'm sure both of you remember me.
We do remember ourselves by you, for within the hour we are bound as you are now. You're not Pinch's patient, are you, sir?
Why look you strange upon me? You know me well.
I have never met you in my life till now.
Oh, grief have changed me since you saw me last, and careful hours with time's deformed hand have written strange deep features on my face. But tell me yet, dost thou not know my voice?
Neither.
Dromio, nor thou?
No, sir, nor I.
I'm sure thou dost.
And I'm sure I don'st. For whatsoever a man denies, you are here bound to believe him.
Not know my voice? Oh, time's extremity hast thou so cracked and split in my poor tongue in 7 short years that my only son knows not my fragile key of untuned cares? Though now this grained face of mine be hid in sap consuming winter's drizzled snow, and all the conduits of my blood froze up, yet hath my night of life some memory, my wasting lamp some fading glimmer left, my dull, deaf ears some used to hear. All of these old witnesses I cannot err. Tell me, thou art my son Antipholus.
I never met my father in my life.
But 7 years since, in Syracuse, boy, thou knowest we parted. But perhaps, my son, thou shamest to acknowledge me in misery.
The Duke and all who know me here can witness that I never saw Syracuse in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusan, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which he never saw Syracuse. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged. I see 2 husbands, or mine eyes deceive me?
One of these men is genius to the other, and so of these, which is the natural man in which the spirit? Who deciphers him?
I, Sir Andromio, command him away!
I, Sir Andromio, pray let me stay.
Aegean, art thou not, or else his ghost?
Oh, my old master! Who had bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will let loose his bonds, and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegean, if thou beest the man that had a wife once called Amelia, that bore thee at a burden 2 fair sons. If thou beest this same Aegean, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
Why, here begins this morning's story, right? These 2 Antipholus, these so like. And these two Dromio, one in semblance. Besides her urging at the wrack of sea, these are the parents to these two children, which accidentally are met together.
If I dream not, thou art Amelia. If thou art she, tell me, where is that son that floated with thee on that fatal raft?
By men of Epidamium, he and I and Trindromio all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth took them by force. What then became of them I know not. I to this fortune you see me in.
Antipholus, thou first camest from Corinth?
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Steady stand part. I know not which from which.
I came from Corinth, my liege.
And I with him.
Brought by your most famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you two did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I, yet she did call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. But I told you then, I hope I shall have leisure to make good, if this be not a dream I see and hear.
That is the chain, sir, which you had of me.
I think it be, sir, I deny it not.
And for that chain, you arrested me.
I think I did, sir, I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, by Dromio to be your bail, but I think he brought it not.
No, none by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, and Dromio my man did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's man, and I was taken for him, and him for me, and thereupon these errors are arose.
These ducats pawn I for my father here.
It shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Sir, I must have that ring from you.
Here, take it, and much thanks for my good cheer.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and here at large discourse of all our fortunes, and all that are assembled in this place, that by the sympathize of one day's heirs have suffered wrong. Go keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I begone to travail of you, my sons, and till this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered.
With all my heart I shall gossip at this feast.
Master, shall I fetch your stuff from the shipboard?
What stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Your goods that lay at host, sir, at the Centaur.
He speaks to me. I'm your master, Dromio. Come, go with us. We'll look to that anon. Embrace thy brother there. Rejoice with him.
There's a fat friend at your master's house that kitchened me for you today. She now shall be my sister, not my wife.
Methinks you are my glass, and not my brother. I see by you that I am a sweet-faced youth. Will you walk in to see their gossip?
Not I, sir. You are my elder.
That's a question. How shall we try it?
We'll draw cuts for the senior. Till then, lead thou first.
Nay, then thus. We came into this world like brother and brother, and we shall leave hand in hand, not one before the other.